Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. So I had to let the other camera phone rest in my pocket. Yeah, it's in my pocket. Just let it rest for a little bit. Yeah, so like I said, relationship wise is about building. It's about understanding the proposition of why you want to do certain things in your life, whatever the curriculum. But standing here listening, like looking at life differently is like a culture. And a stash of life is like I just like look at it as like love, and as Yahweh say, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So I'ma love my neighbor, and I will love myself too. You feel me? But when I love my neighbor, I can't hate my neighbor because my neighbor is like. But I just feel like the life that we are living is a lifestyle of you know not no more guilt, no more pain, no more frustration, no more suffering, everything like that. And I think about my life differently because it's been a victory segment of how Yahweh's blessing came onto me, and you look at it as a principle and as a feeling of what it is that you're going through and whatever the issue is. But I'm gonna tell you this: my next episode, of my mental health show, we're gonna be discussing about the fashion gala, and I got a special announcement to make for that. Um, I'm gonna have a surprise. It's I'm gonna introduce the world to my future woman-in-law, my woman. I call it woman-in-law because she has been my inspiration and whatever like that, and she's been, I call it my woman-in-law, like my future lady, and my lady buddy, my lady, and with my lady is like a blessing for me. Like that's what it is. But it's a blessing that you have a woman in your life that supports you and love you for who you are. Yes, I have a new lady in my life, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I ain't tell you because I ain't want you to know that, right? So I ain't want to tell you because I ain't want you to know that. But so now waiting for this busting patiently. Yeah, I ain't want you to know that, but now I'm waiting. I'm telling you right now, right? So I have a new lady in my life. She's a Jamaican Yahweh woman in her 30s, and she's very 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 helpful in a way. Dealing with my depression, dealing with my anxiety is like I'm dealing with a lot of issues where hate and guilt come in the category. You feel me? So I feel like hopeless, and sometimes when you feel hopeless, it's like you trying to build up from that, and homies tell you certain things ain't coming your way and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I'm listen. I'm just like going through the hustle of life, and whatever the situation it is, and whatever things you're going to do, you gotta do it for the principle of Yahweh. You have to do it for the principle of yourself, and whatever your hope of joy, whatever your accomplishments are. I went through accomplishments in my life where you going through Yahweh's principle, you going through Yahweh's veins and all that. But the only thing is, when you get to a certain type of values in your life, it's all about segments. It's all about revelation power. It's all about that. But when you choose to walk in the culture of your life, it's all about building up the wealth and guidance and all the guidance of your life, and building that guiding light in yourself, and understand how it is. Oh, that's a QM too. So you gotta put yourself in that position where you could deal with a lot of hate and guilt in your life. You could deal with a lot of frustration and pain that you're going to do. That's a BM5. I'm not taking that. And you're going through that situation where you can't listen. You can't look at your life as a pattern. You gotta look at it as a principle and a disciplinary in your life. You gotta know how to structure yourself in a different direction. And sometimes that structure could be big. Sometimes it could be small. Sometimes it could be different. Because sometimes it could be large. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at life, you have to look at it as a culture, as a segment. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be doing streaming on Twitch soon. I didn't talk about that. I'm gonna be starting to do some Twitch videos. I'm gonna have a camera. I'm gonna hire a camera person to follow me around and stream online and go live and stuff like that. And just do videos where do videos where this will be an income video. This will be I use Twitch as building up my profile and building up my income using Twitch. I try to build up money from that and try to make some bread from that. And one of the things I learned from Twitch is that when you build up your wealth, you gotta build up all that shit from your wealth, all that money from your wealth, all that frustration from your wealth. But I'm like, listen, basketball is all about life. It's all about culture. It's all about build. And all that guilt that you have paid off is gonna pay off with 50 tons. You feel me? And all that lifestyle that you're paying off is gonna be 50 tons. It's gonna be more than 50 tons, man. I could tell you all the things that you're going to do in your life. You gotta put it as a precept table, and you put that table to a concept, and that concept could be living as Yahweh trained. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, when I put it to a concept, it's all about thinking, all about creative thinking, creative mindset, all that. But if I do that and make my money and try to build from that, it's gonna be all over the place, and try to believe in myself by doing that, because I can do it, and I could try, and I will. So so I'm gonna have Buzzerman with me doing my Twitch, my live. Yeah, he's gonna be following me around like soon, like coming soon. I'm gonna do a video called Father and Sunday. Yeah, so he's gonna be living with me soon. So I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I didn't tell you he's gonna be living with me soon. So yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna be living with me. He's gonna be hanging out with me more often. This is what it is. I'm getting a bigger space, and God is good, right? And I could be hanging out with my son a little bit more and try to help him, guide him through a lot of disciplinary and whatever like that. So he's gonna be hanging out with me a little bit more. It's kind of happy about that. I'm waiting for the BM15 right now. It's supposed to come at 8. It's 8:53 right now. The bus is supposed to depart at 9:15, so I'm here early. So I got here at 8:30, and this is where I'm at. And this is the bus stop right here. So I'm waiting for this bus, and it's good. Columbia University. I said Columbia. Oh, I call it Columbia University bus. That's the same bus that they use, actually. Yeah. So kind of good with that, man. So we actually here. I'm not, I'm waiting for the bus, and I'm gonna get off in Queens, and then finish off my shift. I'm supposed to get off at 101. No, I'm supposed to get off at 107th Avenue, and walk up 101 Avenue. And I'm supposed to walk up the block and go down 111th to take the A train from there. So yeah, 111th. I'm taking the A train right there. So that's what we're doing, and I'm gonna call my mom, tell her I'm on my way home, and then I get to North Street at 11 o'clock. I catch the last select. So we're here, and I'm gonna be waiting, and we not going nowhere, and this is where it at. All right.